Peterson, which he does.
I'm not a part of any movement, but just to encourage the men and women to return back to the Father.
You're saying even back then there was no such thing as racism?
Right. No,
even Jim Crow.
Right.
That's not racist to say that black people need to drink from a different fountain.
No.
No.
As a matter of fact, I grew up, as you know, under the Jim Crow laws, and blacks and whites got along better back then than they do today. Because back then...
Wasn't the KKK like hanging? I mean, sorry to be uncouth, but I'm pretty sure the KKK was like killing black people, but then...
Well,
they were just like, right? Like, I mean, they were just doing that. I don't know.
No, that's
lynchings.
Not true.
There was lynchings and stuff happening back then. You don't see those today.
That's not true. That's not true.
Oh, so what's the truth about the KKK?
First, let me tell you about the Jim Crow.
Okay.
During those days, the blacks worked for themselves. They had family. They had fathers and mothers and grandparents, and they worked for themselves. And
you guys who are unfamiliar with JLP are in for a treat.
People the way that they would like to be treated. And then the whites did the same thing. They too taught their children to work and be independent and to treat people the way they would like to be treated. And as a result, the blacks bought land. They had trades. If they wanted to go to a trade school or college, they went and did that, and they came back as professionals. And they didn't have false leaders. Someone leaded them. God was the head of the family.
Chat, I've debated this man. I went on his show and I debated him. If you were unfamiliar, years ago.
According to Wikipedia, 1,000 plus white people were lynched. Was that racist?
It could have been, depending on the situation.
No, racism is a made-up word. The word racist is a made-up word to cover up evil.
All words are made up.
To divide and conquer. When I was growing up in Alabama, there was no such word as racism. It was either right or wrong, good or evil. There's no such thing as racism.
So racism, it just means evil. But that seems reductive. I mean, there's different types of evil.
No, racism doesn't mean evil. Racism is just a word. It has no meaning.
If you want to see like the actual dumbest people on the planet, there are literally a ton of Jesse Lee Peterson fans who think like he owns all of his interlocutors in the marketplace of ideas.
Let's move on to another topic. Why do you call Trump the Great White Hope?
The Great White Hope. I'm glad you mentioned him.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what he has to say.
He's back.
From this day forward, it's going to be only America first.
Okay. So, do you love white people
This is Trump.
more? Do you love white people?
This is Trump right here.
Yeah, we love Trump. He's the. But why point out his skin color?
What do you mean?
Well, you call him the Great White Hope. Why do you reference his skin color?
Is he white?
By the way, if you think you can out MAGA me, think again, buddy. I got my own tools.
Okay, bro.
Jesse, why do you refer to Trump's skin color? Why does that matter?
He's a white man. He did, when he was president, an amazing job on America. He gave a lot of people hope. And he's great at what he's done. He worked for the people and not against them.
Okay, but that doesn't explain.
I'm glad to know that you support him, though.
Personally, I think Obama was a great president. What do you think about that?
You're playing.
No, he did a lot of great things. Talk about hope. He gave people lots of hope.
Only to squash it and squander it, but...
What did Trump do that's great?
He did drilling, brought back jobs. He built a wall, almost completed a wall around...
No, there's no wall. Come on, Jesse. There's no wall.
He didn't complete the wall, and when Joe Biden became president...
He did like 1%. I wouldn't call that a good job. 1%?
But you're not making sense. If his time ran out and he wasn't...
you said he built the wall, Jesse. Come on. There's no wall.
Well, let's put it this way. If this makes you feel better. He started building a wall, putting up a wall. Time ran out.
Okay.
And he did not finish. And according to BBC, he did 654 miles. That's
out of how many?
That's more than 1%.
Let's see. What percent of the wall was completed? I don't know.
Well,
458 miles. What are you typing, dude?
Well, why did you say 1% and you really don't know?
Oh, sorry. You know what? It's like 25%.
But you really don't know.
Well, now I do. It's 25%.
A better argument would be you don't like Biden. He says, no, I don't like Biden. Then you could turn around and say, but he's built so much of the wall.
I've met very happy gay men. In fact, gay means happy, if you believe in words.
But again, they may have false happiness, but they have no peace. And again, if
How can you say that?
Because if you're not overcome evil, you have no peace.
Did you overcome being gay, Jesse?
I never had to worry about overcoming that.
And then you say that gay is a cover-up for evil. What did you mean by that?
Everyone that's born through their mothers have to overcome that feminine spirit. They have to overcome anger. And there are people that are into all kinds of things. We all have to be born again of the Father.
Chat is getting idiotic day by day. Echo chamber. I know. We're so we are getting idiotic day by day because we're watching Jesse Lee Peterson. I don't like the woman stuff that he yaps about. I like the other stuff. Yes. I like the other stuff because it's like, at least it's like unique and interesting in a way that I like my brain can dissect it. Whereas like when he starts talking about the evil of woman, the more you become like closer to being a woman, the more evil you become. Like that kind of stuff is like too far out for me to even like, my brain doesn't process it.
Rapists, murderers, white, black.
Do you think being gay is like being a rapist or a murderer?
I think being that is a false identity, so they're lost in a false identity.
Would you rather be gay or a murderer?
I would rather be either.
But you got to choose. Okay.
You have never made a choice.
I tried to get you, Jesse, but you're too slick. You're too slick for me.
Why are you trying to get me? That's not masculine. Why? You're playing a woman's role.
Excuse me, Jesse. War. There's nothing more masculine than war.
You're playing a woman's role in trying to get me. Men are not supposed to play the female game of trying to get. Men lead the way. They don't try to get. That's a woman's role.
Jesse, I'm a man and I'm doing battle. There's nothing more masculine than battle.
Who are you doing battle with?
With you.
Why? I'm not doing battle with you.
Well,
I didn't even know
you don't know that you aren't yet, but we're interlocutors.
And why? I thought we were friends. Why are you doing a battle with me?
We are. I'm a fan of your interviewing style, so I'm trying to exhibit some of your styles back on you. But obviously, ideologically, we are completely unaligned, It's friendly banter. But you called me a woman.
I said that if you're doing battle with me right now, you're playing the woman's game.
But Jesse is not doing battle with him because he's not playing a woman's game. Another thing that is the woman's game is the top of the hour ad break, or at least seeing the top of the hour ad break.
You try to be what?
I try to be a good person.
By doing what?
Good people things.
Like what?
Like tucking my kids in bed at night.
Why do you call that good?
Is it evil?
Why do you call it good?
Dude, he's the best at this. It's the parents' role to stay at home and be present in their children's lives and to show them love and compassion.
And why do you call that good?
You're right. It is evil.
Why do you call it good?
No, you're right. It is evil to kiss your bed.
I never said it was evil. I never said it was evil, but you said it was good.
Killing him.
You never did answer the question.
Dude, Ethan hasn't had an intellectual giant on the show outcompete him in the marketplace of ideas this hard since XQC did the worm to win that debate. Is there a reason why I feel like people engaging debating JLP feels like ableism? What do you mean? He is literally like, he acts like a stroke victim. He presents himself in a way that is like very clearly there's like brain matter coming out of his ears. It's not weird to feel that way.
Oh,
for
you
sure.
know it. For those who might be listening, one or two in your crowd that's listening that want to overcome, I'm talking to them because I know most people love their hell, and they love the hell that they live in, and they love imposing their hell on others.
So speak to them, reach out to them.
But those who want to overcome it, I want them to know is that they have to overcome anger. And when you overcome anger, you must forgive your mother for imposing her will on you, trying to live through you, control you, turning you away
Honestly,
from your father.
The more I think about the mother angle here, the more I realize he's a revolutionary in this space. Jesse Lee Peterson. A lot of these PUA, like red pill guys have genuine mommy issues, like serious, severe mommy issues. And I think he was the first at this. He was the first. He is the pioneer in the field of like openly talking about having mommy issues.
Would it surprise you if I told you I'm 15% gay?
Neither it wouldn't surprise me, and neither would I care. That's your problem, not mine.
15%.
What does that mean?
Is that better than 100%? Jesse, don't make it seem like I'm bringing it up out of nowhere. You talk about gayness all the time.
I talk about everything all the time.
Well,
my show is about whatever the people call in for. And the father state, we deal with different issues.
So let me ask you this. You're not gay, right?
That's not your business.
But you make the gayness a lot of people's business when you discuss
I make it no one's business. Hey, look, I put aside my time. I thought you wanted to deal with issues to help folks. Is there anything else you want to to talk about? Because I don't
Yes.
want to play the woman's game with you.
So, well, let me ask you this. Jesse, why did you like this? Why did you like this tweet by Your Daddy OnlyFans?
Or forgive your mother. Forgive your mother.
He's giving a thumbs
and
up.
she will